Bakit nga ba tayo bumibili ng mahal na gaming mouse? Talaga bang may impact ito sa aim natin or sinusundan mo lang yung favorite pro players mo? Yung aim mo sa Valorant? Skill issue ba talaga or baka naman mouse issue lang? Today, we're ranking 6 different mice sa ating gaming Pinas tier list. From 300 peso budget picks hanggang 1K options. Alamin natin kung alin dito ang mga hidden gems at kung alin ang mga straight up e-waste. Dahil kung bibili ka ng mouse to improve your aim, dapat yung bang for your buck na. Kaya tara na, let's dive in. Hindi tayo manghuhula dito. We'll be looking at the graphs from MouseTester v1.4 to study the sensors, coffee scale to check if their advertised weight is accurate, and of course our own knowledge of hardware. That said, after every mouse, we'll be placing them on our tier list that will be maintained on all our future hardware videos. Here's our tier list rules. Bago tayo magsimula sa listahan, pag-usapan muna natin. Ano nga ba ang metrics para masabing sulit ang isang unit? Sa gaming, it's not just about the RGB, it's about performance, reliability, shape, and features. What we'll be looking at the most is the feel of the mouse. Kung swak ba ang nakukuha mong specs para sa presyo, and syempre, stability. Pagdating sa gaming, latency is everything. Ideally, we're looking for at least 1000 Hz polling rate. Just like how a 144Hz monitor is the standard for FPS games, whether it's casual or competitive, 1000Hz is the gaming mouse's standard. Unahin natin ang isang unit na promising ang specs on paper, pero tignan natin kung hanggang marketing lang ba ito. Simulan natin sa AULA SC580 Pro. Honestly, ang ganda ng presentation nito. It feels premium, may mouse grips na. And the digital display is actually better than the ones on more expensive mice. It features current polling rate, DPI, connection type, and battery. Side buttons are pointy compared to the traditional rounded corners and centers. And they use the budget-friendly sensor, the PAW 3311. This sensor generally does great on 1000Hz, but this mouse's native polling rate is stuck at 500Hz. Generally, you'll be able to change this using their software, but as of Feb 2026, it's not available on their website. But aside from that, build quality is great, it feels like a solid mouse. Using it at 500Hz feels like a waste. Although weight is at 83 grams, which is heavier than your modern gaming mouse. Some gamers prefer to have some weight in their mouse, which makes this usable. Quick tip, may mga players na mas gusto pa rin ang 500Hz. Kanya-kanya naman talaga yan. Pero kung FPS ang usapan ngayon, 1000Hz na dapat ang minimum to avoid that floaty crystal feel. For a verdict, sayang kasi solid sana yung weight balancing nito. Good sensor din after multiple tests. It would have landed on A or S tier. Pero dahil incomplete, B tier siya. Next up, the Raiku X8. Sa website, it looks great, pero the moment you hold it, ramdam mong laruan lang. And the sound? Tunog loose battery o kaya sensor lens na kumakalog. Build quality is definitely not good. The switches feel really mushy. Silent switches are generally great kung ayaw mo ng maingay. Pero yung implementation dito, sablay. Instead of a nice silent tactile bump, parang pumipindot ka sa lumang goma. Walang satisfaction. It features Bluetooth and 2.4G wireless, plus wired mode via USB-C. Pero dahil 125Hz lang ang polling rate neto, kahit anong connection gamitin mo, delayed pa rin ang response. They call the coating sun pattern anti-slip. Pero honestly, it's just cheap, chalky ABS plastic. Madulas siya pag pasmado ang kamay mo. Compare this to AULA's coating quality, the difference of just 200 pesos is night and day. Quick tip, this is 125Hz, meaning it only reports to your PC 125 times per second. Compared to any 1000Hz, ramdam agad ang difference. Sa fast flicks, mapapansin nyo na hindi smooth ang tracking. Combined with mushy silent switches na walang tactile feedback, hanggang iron ka lang talaga sa Valorant nito. Our verdict? Build quality is substandard, and the performance is outdated. It's hard to recommend in its current state. So we're putting this in E tier. Ito naman ang Garuda Gear Eagle 1. The specs are great. Pixart 3395 sensor at 1000Hz polling. Lightweight din, pero may mga weird design choices sila. First, the charging port is on the side. Paano mo gagamitin while charging? Nakaharang siya, especially kung right-handed ka. Next, the side buttons are concave or lubog, which takes some time to get used to. Design-wise, the main buttons stretch all the way to the base. This is catered towards claw grip users, so kung claw grip ka, komportable ito sa'yo. However, we received the unit with quality issues. Mainly the skates being out of place. Kahit idiin mo, sumisilip ang corners. Ramdam mong sumasabit o kumakayod sa mousepad instead na nag-glide. Front-heavy din siya, which might mess up your vertical flicks. Good news is, may software siya for customization. Dito mo maaayos ang DPI, debounce time, LOD at iba pa. Quick tip, in the software, there's an option for motion sync. Feature ito ng PAW3395 sensor to help consistency. Recommended ito for high refresh rate monitors like 240Hz and above para mas smooth ang tracking. The catch? It adds a tiny bit of input lag, approximately 1 millisecond. Barely noticeable, pero kung hardcore competitive player ka, you might want to turn it off. Our verdict? Great sensor, pero experimental build choices. It lands in our B tier. Now this is interesting. The Attack Shark G3 Pro. For 1,300 pesos, the coating feels premium, almost on par with more high-end mice. And the best part, it comes with its own charging stand. Kahit high-end mice, minsan wala nito. It's small, snappy, and the skates are actually okay. Not too fast, not too slow, perfect for precision. 1,000 Hz is stable, and the weight at 66 grams feels solid instead of hollow. Now let's address the elephant in the room. A few months ago, nagka-issue ang Attack Shark sa website nila kung saan na-flag as virus ang installer ng software. Nakatakot, di ba? But here's why we trust them. The response was fast. They immediately fixed the compromised file, moved to a secure Google Drive, and communicated actively sa Reddit community nila. That kind of accountability is rare, most especially for budget brands. Spec-wise, it runs on the PAW3311 sensor. Stable, walang spin-out, at battery efficient. Yes, mas mahal nga siya ng 1,000 pesos kumpara sa cheapest mouse natin today. Pero yung quality gap, sobrang layo. Quick tip, if you're on a budget pero ayaw nyo ng office tier performance, this is the jump you need to make. The quality difference between 500 pesos and this is gigantic. For our verdict, feature-packed, premium build, and good brand support. Sulit na sulit. This is our S tier. Para sa mga mahilig sa cats and aesthetics, we have the Akko X8. Super cute. May cat balls pa. Pwede ba to? May cat balls design pa sa likod. At may kasama pang carry case. But let's be real gamers here. This is a 125Hz office mouse. You should not be gaming with this if you're trying to be competitive. Powered siya ng AA batteries, meaning bibigat ang mouse at may iba ang center of gravity. Plus, walang wired mode dito. Bluetooth at 2.4G dongle lang. Specs-wise, usually fixed ang DPI neto or mababa ang IPS. Pag ginalaw mo ng mabilis, chances are titigil ang cursor or mag-spin out dahil hindi kaya ng sensor basahin ang bilis ng kamay mo. Quick tip, shape-wise, it's bulky. Kung maliit kamay nyo, baka mangalay kayo agad. It's beautiful to look at, pero painful for gaming. Kung pang desk setup, pang regalo kay jowa, or pang collection, solid. Pero pang rank, hindi. Our verdict, purely a lifestyle or gift mouse. So we're putting this in C tier. Last one is the Fantech Raigor 2. Basically, it's the same 125Hz office spec internals as the Raiku, pero at a lower price. So bakit siya mas okay? Because it's Fantech. Unlike the generic white label mice, may quality control tayo dito. Walang kalog, gumagana ang switches na maayos, at hindi amoy sunog na plastic. And despite it being advertised at 125Hz, we saw that it maxes out at 250Hz, averaging at 200 already double Raikus, at almost half the price. However, it's still considered as low polling rate. Mabagal, may delay, at hindi smooth. Quick tip, if you have zero budget at kailangan mo lang ng mouse na gagana for schoolwork at casual Dota, this is the honest option. Walang fancy marketing, just a basic mouse that works. Pero again, lugi ka dito sa FPS games. Our verdict? Honest budget option, pero performance is obsolete for 2026 gaming standard. D tier. And that's our 2026 budget mouse tier list, at least for February. Ang main takeaway natin today, kung gusto niyo ng best bang for your buck na hindi tinipid sa performance, the Attack Shark G3 Pro is a clear winner. Sulit ang specs, solid ang build, at kayang-kaya sumabay sa mamahaling brands. Para sa mga mahilig sa numbers, pause nyo na lang din to para makita nyo ang full comparison ng sensors at weight ng lahat ng tinest natin today. Anong mouse ang gusto nyong i-review namin next? Let us know sa comments. Thank you so much for watching, and huwag kalimutang mag-follow sa Gaming Pinas for more tech reviews.